Are you on?
Good evening. Ready on Fire. King Petty Radio. I'm
Go.
filling in for my man, Eddie King Petty. I am the solution with my man.
Dalo. What's going on, people?
We apologize for the delay, but we're here. We're here with our man Chop Johnson.
Still here.
What's up with you?
What's going on with you?
All right, glad to have you here, man. We got your music right here in front of us. Baltimore stand up. All right, talk to us.
Just released this second project, which is it's the second coming from me, but the first coming from my team, Longevity Management. This compilation album featuring all the artists from Longevity.
Okay.
Also featured on this project is the Kid Wooski.
Okay.
We got 100 Grand Man and Cochise.
Okay.
You said this is your second project?
Yeah, second in like 7 months.
And I said, okay.
7 months.
You're working.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's working. He's working. That's like a Pac like work ethic, right?
Yeah.
There, man. And that's what
People don't really take it. People take it lightly when they say, you got to really work for what you get. And you got, but the main thing is you got to believe in yourself to do it,
that's
to
what
the full
starts right there.
extent.
I always say this, especially for upcoming artists, you got to do so much work. You have to put out so much music because you don't know which one is going to
What's
actually
gonna
catch.
pop? Yeah, what's gonna pop?
And think about it. Sometimes you might have so much music or create so much music so that you always have backup.
Exactly.
In case something pops up, you be like, yo, I need something out again.
Right.
It's like running a race. If you just running, you never look back. And by the time you look back, you're gonna realize how far you went.
Right.
I got so much product, so much music, so many videos in a so short period of time.
Hey, let me talk to you about being an artist in Baltimore and some of the challenges that you face. We're a small market. Everyone tends to think that we're in the shadow of New York.
Oh, it's a lot.
We got some people coming out of here.
There's a lot of people out here doing something, but they're not in the box though.
Okay.
That's what the problem is. There's a lot of people that's in the box.
Right.
They're not used to really going anywhere and seeing what they're doing outside of Baltimore. So only thing they see is what they see here, and they think that's what you're supposed to do.
Right. So breaking that mentality of what you should be.
Boys will be coming aware.
Okay. There it is. Excellent.
So I do want to ask this question though. There's something because I moved to Baltimore 7 years ago from Nigeria. I listened to a lot of music, back in Nigeria. I listened to a lot of music back in Nigeria though, but I would say something about Baltimore music. I've been out of town. I've been to Atlanta. I've been to different cities. When I see people from Baltimore, I just know that person's from Baltimore based on the way they dance. I also see that they recognize Baltimore music in other states too, because once you hear it, you're like, oh my God.
We got a distinctive
That's
sound.
very, very distinctive. Yeah. So this album, do you try to keep up with like not just the sound, but the lingo, like the Baltimore slangs and lingo? Do you try as hard as possible to keep up with that?
If you heard the album, I just be me.
Okay.
I wouldn't say I pay attention to a lot of other people. I pay attention to them, but me paying attention to me made me realize that everybody is trying to do something that they ain't. Okay. So, at the end of the day, just be yourself. Some people going to accept you, some people won't. It don't matter because you're going to work hard to try to impress some people that ain't going to accept you regardless. So just be yourself. So my project is basically me. It's me explaining my life as your entertainment. Everything on it is real. It's nothing to impress nobody. It's real life situations.
So speaking of your life, what inspired you to get into the music game?
I've been doing music since I was young. I was doing music since I was young. What inspired me to get in the music thing is, possibly anybody, we try and get away. We get away from these problems.
I like that. That.
Yeah. But yeah, that's one subject that we can get back to too far as getting away from the problem and not being a part of the problem. Right. But trying to get away. But then, once I really realized, it's like I didn't want the face of the music. I didn't want to be in the front. I started as a producer. I was behind the scenes, but as I'm going, it's like people they're not understanding what I'm trying to do. It's to a certain extent. I can push in that far, but it's to a certain extent. So it caused me to have to really focus on becoming an artist.
So as far as your any particular artist, whether it was local or somebody on the grand scale, could you point what you're doing and saying, hey, I admire what they're doing. They kind of give me that energy to say, yeah, I can make it. I'm from kind of the same cut of that person. I can come out of here too. Was there anyone out there in the industry, whether they were local or from somewhere else, that you said, yeah, I could do that?
I mean, years ago when I was just starting, before I really knew the business side, it was one person that go by the name of Vaughn Mason. Vaughn Mason and the crew, roll skate. Shout out to Vaughn Mason. But I ain't know the business like I did before. But as I was going, visiting his studio, as far as studio engineering, the one out owns Mills. This after the movie. I started going out there, and then he started paying attention to the music, and he was more so like, he was schooling me. He was really, shout out to Vaughn Mason. He was schooling me, like making me pay attention to more what people want to hear or some kind of sound, and not just more focus on what I like.
I've said this before, and I like where your mind is, because I like the fact that you said it, that you're in the music business because you want to get away from the struggle, which is a very good mindset, because some people make it in the music business, but they still live in the struggle.
They forgot why we came here. It's crazy. We came here so we can become successful. That mentality, just my own personal opinion, because I don't know, just like a lot of other people don't know, where the phrase street nigga come from. Street nigga, just from what I believe, it come from, the way they belittled us back in the day and looked and categorized us. But people forgot that our goal is to get out of the street so that we can do better. But it's a lot of people nowadays, they got the definition of a street nigga is a person that's supposed to do these certain things. And it's crazy how it's messing up these kids' mentality these days.
And Chop, I'm glad you hit on that.
I'm glad myself.
J. Cole, the boy J. Cole, had a line.
That's and
he said, there's beauty in the struggle. So Pac also said, the rose that grew from the crack in the concrete. He said something like that. I'm not quoting him properly. But if you just look around Baltimore, he said, man, look at these houses, the crime, and people just struggling out here. If you look a little deeper, there's some love underneath the people that's trying to do stuff out there, but their voice isn't being heard. So you coming out of those things like that, if you will, is your inspiration, and say, hey, look, it's not all about the bad things and glorifying the bad things. The quote unquote.
They want you to. They want you to glorify. They want you to. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't really want to go get deep into it, but you know how they got the little thing going with the prison system and how they trying to, make people think this is what you're supposed to be talking about, so we bring the evil out, so they can fill up them jails.
Right.
Well, a lot of people are not aware of that because
prison industrial complex.
They guard their money. The God is people money. Like they pay more attention to money than God, so that's what they chasing at.
Right.
I'm very, very impressed already with these things you've talked about. And I like where your head is. I just want to delve a little bit back into the music. Now, I found out, coming from a different country and coming from a different, especially where we have like 250 languages in Nigeria. And the reason why I say this is I understood music to be a compilation of sounds that's pleasant to the ear, meaning it has to, if it sounds good, the melody is pleasant to the ear. Right. Now, I feel like the old school rappers, and this is what I get into this debate with a lot of my friends. The old school rappers have this concept that if you're not conscious, you shouldn't be rapping. If you don't have lyrics, if you're not a lyricist, if you're not a Rakim or Ghostface Killer, if you're not Tupac.
But the question is this is the question.
Yeah.
Who are they to say what it's supposed to be?
Exactly. And this is what
evolution. Things will change.
Yes. And this is what I say to them. Like, listen, you can't put hip hop in a box. You can't say it has to be poetry all the time. You can't say, and I'm giving them credit. You can't say you have to have Fife Dog all the time or Q-Tip. Sometimes people express nursery rhymes. I'm not being funny.
Listen, if I believe in myself, if I come out with a song and I say ooh 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 ooh, but I believe in myself enough to know that it's that, and I can make everybody else believe it. Yeah, I can make it. But you have to believe in yourself first. So it's not what you say; it's how you move it.
Right. Exactly. Because I'm an advent. I love music. I listen to all types of music. I even listen to music. I don't even understand what they're saying because it's a different language. But if it sounds good, and if your delivery is good enough for me, I will pay attention. So I was just asking that question to see how it's affecting you as an upcoming artist. If people are putting too much pressure to you to deliver bars or to deliver, those exotic lines.
If I do what other people want me to do, then I wouldn't be me.
Exactly.
So I be falling off track. It's just like if me and you riding on the road in the car, and I'm used to taking this lane, this direction. I just know it to the point where I can, I mean, even though it wouldn't be good to say, I could be on the phone or I can think and I could talk to you, but still know this lane because I'm used to going this lane or I know where I'm going. But if you tell me to make this right turn right here, now I have to rely on you because I let you change me. See, that's one thing you never do because you can't let nobody change when
Yeah,
you're
be true to
uncomfortable.
yourself. Be true to
Yeah,
yourself.
always.
Yeah, be
If
true
nobody,
to yourself.
if the person don't like it for you being true to yourself, then it's either they manipulation or they're not meant to be in your life.
Right. Definitely. Your bang on head, Too Legit. Let's talk about that on the album. Keep going.
Keep going. The album released April the 9th. Banger, all 20 joints. The single Too Legit. It's a song that I came up with. My partner, Will Longevity, you know, just came with the idea. You know, put
See you over there, Will.
100 Grandman on there.
Yeah.
You know, 100 used to be my partner a long time ago. We started out together. And it's good to see that he's just coming back like he never left. You know, we both been in the situation of incarceration coming back, but nothing should stop you if it's something that you want to do.
Okay.
But the single Too Legit, we're about to shoot the video for it soon. It's going to be a big video. It's not going to be an average video. It's not going to be what people think it's going to be about. And that's the fun part. Expect the unexpected.
So for this song out, right? Your single. I mean, I won't call it a single because you have an album. But are you pushing towards having a radio play, or are you trying to make the street, make the radio, make the?
I'm trying to make it get universal. I'm trying to make it get world play.
Okay.
World play. I'm not. You know, I'm not the street. It's more so like a market. If you're chasing the street, then you might as well don't do it, especially if you're going to invest money into it, because you chasing the street.
They
The
don't
street,
buy
the
albums.
bootleg man gonna be around there.
Yeah, they don't buy albums. Yeah,
Right.
I definitely understand. Now, one of my favorite artists or my favorite rapper of the new age is Yo Gotti, and the reason why I like Yo Gotti is because
Shout out Yo Gotti. He grinding.
yes,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
is, and the
going
reason why I
down.
like him, he might not be the
He
most
is.
popular act, but he makes money from his music because he understands the art of hustle.
Mhm.
Now, if you look at one of his artists, Black Youngster, you know, he probably has one song or two songs out. But what he does is that he grinds out every dollar he can get from those songs. So now you said that you understand the business, right?
Mhm.
Do you have any shows that you've already booked right now? How are you looking to make yourself marketable or make money out of the few songs that you have so far?
Social media.
Social
It's the
media.
main outlet. Videos. You need visual. That's the main thing. I'm a handsome guy anyway, so once I just let that be seen, that helps a lot.
Facebook Live,
Yeah,
right?
Facebook Live, that's another outlet. Because, you know, the thing about, you know, as I was trying to grow in the marketing, you know, when you release videos and you post them on your social media pages, honestly, some people are too lazy to even click on and let the link
True.
jump to another
Yes,
window
yes,
so that,
yeah.
you know, because it might take long to load, so not
Yes.
anyone do it.
Oh,
But Facebook Live allow you to, all you got to do is just click on the volume. You can scroll down, you see somebody live.
yeah.
Volume, just, you know, as soon as you hit it. Or, you know, you can also post your videos on Facebook also, where it can scroll up and show the video and just push it. So it's a lot of different ways, but it's like making people pay attention.
Right.
You're forcing them to pay attention. But the good thing about me is that I know I'm so super dope. All I gotta do is make them pay attention. Once I make them pay attention, then I got them.
Right. Reel them in. Definitely.
That's definitely, I like that. Now, you know, being that you're an upcoming artist, yeah, you're gonna have like little kids that already look up to you
Mhm.
at this point. What are you doing in terms of your social responsibility? Meaning that you know that whether you like it or not, there's a responsibility on your shoulder already because people are definitely looking up to you. So, in terms of, you know, going to schools, maybe sometimes you may have to sing.
It's
for
coming.
free. Okay.
It's coming. Longevity management and artist development. Once, you know, we becoming established more and more, with more people on the outside coming in with different talents. And one thing that we're going to do is a show that we got called Who's Got Next. And it's a show for the youth only. We're doing 2 shows. One is Let's Talk About It. It's for the adults, and it's the same exact show, but this one is for the youth. The good thing that we're going to be doing mentor programs. Also, we're going to be doing like a 5-song countdown during the show. The best thing about this is this. I'm already expecting the criticism for this. We're going to be doing a show with 5-song countdown for the youth, 17 and under. But if your songs don't meet the guidelines and qualifications of what a minor's supposed to do, we will not accept it.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
So you got to be more. You got to do something. You got to be more. I mean, I'm not even going to say. I mean, of course, I would say positive, but we don't want to see the negativity because it's not slick.
I like that. So basically, you look at it, you're going to screen the lyrics,
Mhm.
and if the lyrics have
No, it's video.
The video.
Yeah,
Okay, so if someone puts up a gun there, it's not
it's
definitely
still,
not.
yeah, it's definitely, it's
Okay.
definitely.
I like that.
Honestly, for real, to be honest with you, I would take it as disrespect for them to send me something like that after I would already let it be known and may not never accept the video from the
Right.
sender again.
Right. I like that.
I like that. That's very touching.
That's responsible right there.
That's true. And you know what's funny though? There's a song that I like. I actually like this, but I'm old enough to listen to it.
Mm.
Right? It's a new song. It's a Baltimore song. I don't want to say his name yet, but you know, I listen to it all the time. But when I saw the video and people were holding up handguns, I'm like, how do you think you're gonna make it out? How do you think MTV is gonna play your video? You know, I mean, they might or whatever, but it just looks too, you know, I know it's acting or whatever the case may be, but I just feel like I saw so much violence. I was like,
They're doing it for the money. Anything for the money. Anything for the money.
Yeah.
I follow this. I don't have to go through all that. I'm a unique individual where eventually I'm just chasing success. You know, after that, everything else gonna chase me. So I don't have to chase money. Money gonna chase me.
I'm glad he said that. You know, Willow, he just said, you know, just be yourself. If you were born and raised in Baltimore and you watched cartoons back in the day, well, channel, whatever it was, I'm not gonna say the channel, Captain Chesapeake.
Mhm.
He said, be somebody important, be yourself. I remember as a kid.
Remember, y'all, it's nobody like yourself.
Right. So you out here trying to be the next gingerbread man from the cookie cutter, you know, because that's what's working right now. And some of these labels are looking for, oh, where's the next Nas?
Where's Waldo?
Right. Because you're sitting in the crowd and you look like everybody else and you're doing what everybody does. It's gonna buzz for a little while, and it's like, oh yeah.
A lot of people don't understand the industry rate change anyway, so
It's about
it's
evolution.
changing.
It's about evolution, period. So, like you said, Drella, the old school artists saying these guys aren't lyrical, you know, and what's up with these little dances and stuff like that? Well, back then they had the Pee Wee Herman dance and do the fila. Everyone was dancing.
It's gonna always.
With Big Daddy Kane,
Mhm.
he said that he danced because he wanted to give a full performance. He wanted
Right.
the people that was coming to see him perform.
Now walk back and forth.
Right. There's more so you're gonna get your money's worth.
Right.
But now they're taking it where as though I need a dance to get everybody's attention, because what I've learned is that now they've made music more visual.
Right.
So you can't get on if you don't have a video
Right.
to go with that hot song.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody in the world can be playing your song.
Right.
If you don't have that catchy video to go along with it, it's not gonna get anywhere.
Yes, and that's basically because they want to be able to match the music. Sometimes what happens is that the music might be bigger than the person.
No,
Right.
What I think it is that now the new generation, they're visual.
Yeah.
Okay.
We learn
And it's a
from
right
hearing
now.
and
Yeah.
seeing and doing.
Right.
They learn from seeing.
Sing. You're right. Okay, I
It's
can
gotta
definitely
be
agree
right
with you.
now.
Yeah, it's got to be in that face.
Right.
Everybody YouTube. You can have a complete CD trying to pass it to them, and they say, "Is it
It's
in
on
Easy on YouTube. You're
not
right.
streaming.
That's why you need
Put
social
your
media.
SoundCloud.
Yeah,
But the
like,
piggyback off of what you said, it's like I told you, it's like the mind of manipulation, or like I told you, don't worry about what nobody say. Because this date back all the way from, let's say, for example, let's take this production. You know how you had the live instruments, the live drummers, and the live keyboard players. Once and in the future they came out with the MPCs and the key, you know, the MPCs,
Okay.
and then the older generation said they cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did
So
say that.
then after the MPC, then you come out with Fruity Loops,
Mhm.
and the producers making it computerized. Now the MPC producer saying they cheating. It's gonna always be that way, no matter how music
Evolution.
It's
evolves.
like DJs. It's just like with Serrano.
Controllers.
I had
CD.
controllers.
You know,
Right.
And so you don't
I'm-
focus
I'm
what
a
nobody
DJ.
say. If you got an
I
easier
have
way to do it,
control.
if you
I
got an
learned
easier way to
that.
do it, you do it.
It's evolution. I don't
Whatever
miss
works for
carrying
you.
records. I
Exactly.
do not miss carrying records.
Listen, and it's true. It's evolution. I've had, again, like I said, I always point back to Yo Gotti. I don't know why, like, because I listen to a lot of his interviews. And the reason why I say so is because he's someone that started, he has dropped about 20 albums, but he started local. He started in Memphis. And I relate Memphis to Baltimore a lot. Just, you know, the same plight, the same struggle, you know. And that's funny. But you know, and he kept saying about how he put out so much music. Now he put out a song saying down in the DM. Like Instagram, people are like, why? How come you're succumbing to, like, he said, listen, I gotta evolve with what people are talking
Sketchy.
about. And people are talking about social media, Instagram. I was the one that said I'm not getting on Instagram, but I'm like, no, I'm going to be late to the party. I have to get on Instagram. I have to evolve. So it's all about evolution.
You don't really have to, but if you're an entrepreneur, you have to.
Yeah.
That's the main thing that you. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
I had a clothing store. We had a clothing store in 2005 that we started. That's where we got our name from, for the management.
Okay.
And people always ask me, "You want to do clothes again? You want to do clothes? You want to open a store?" No, the market isn't
Saturated.
People are rather go online and order clothes than actually come to a store and have that experience of trying the clothes on.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And really getting a feel for it.
Right.
If somebody help them pick it out, and instead they see an outfit on a mannequin
Mhm.
and say, "Well, just give me that." So it's like the same thing with music. They're following a blueprint of what they think is success. When actually being true to yourself and being a real creative person, that's true success. Because now you're doing it your way, and you're reaping the benefits of doing it your way.
Exactly. Definitely right there. That's true. Hands down. That's true. I mean, that right now generation is what's going on. Like you said, the down to DM, Snapchat, that's what's popping with these kids.
So it's like you gotta entertain what they're looking
Yeah,
at. That's why I say everything is visual.
Right.
To the point where it's more people on Snapchat now than Facebook or Instagram or anything like that.
I think they just changed and updated Instagram to 1 minute now.
Yeah, I think I heard that.
1 minute now.
Yeah, because
Because so they
Snapchat.
can keep up.
Yeah, so they can keep up.
Snapchat.
you know, I was just watching this interview with DJ Khaled, and I've known DJ Khaled even back when I was in Nigeria. I've known him for at least about 10 years.
Right.
You know, he has put up a lot of anthems, but I realized that he wasn't as popular as I thought he was supposed to be until Snapchat.
Check this out. That Snapchat got him a new deal.
Yes,
On
with
tour
Apple.
Beyonce.
Yes, even
Like,
with
they just
Apple.
announced that today, and it's like if you look at the chain of events, if you notice, he got more popular for saying he was lost on a boat in the dark.
Yes,
And
Mhm.
we the best. You see what I'm
yes,
saying?
he did.
You played yourself.
Yeah, you play yourself.
Another one.
But he
Don't-
got that
don't-
attention.
It was catchy.
You know what? And you know,
Yeah.
and all he does is think about. He's the hardest worker though you can ever think about. But if you look at the way he works, and that's why I like having a conversation we had and having a conversation with you. I like the fact that you understand that music is a business. It's not just I can
It's
bust right.
universal. It taps into everything.
But it's not that, I can.
A lot of people stay stuck at the beginner stage, and that's writing songs and recording.
Yeah.
If that's what you're doing, you got a long
Music is
way to
much
go.
more
So Chop, when you say, something, let's get back in the studio. I want to create this album. Concept wise, do you build your albums based upon concepts, or is it like I just want to do these type of songs?
My life is my life is your entertainment right now. So I honestly, once I decided to become an artist, I become a public figure. So everything that I say or do revolves around the timing of what's going on. Love, Pain, and Heartless was created right after my divorce with my ex-wife. And it's basically speaking on all the situations. I'm past that now. I started a management company with my partner, Will Longevity, Longevity Management and Artist Development. And we recruited some artists, some pretty dope artists. And through that process, we didn't have a album title yet. But through that process, I seen a lot that was going on. I know what I went through the process of my first album. And now I got a lot of artists with me. And, being as though I went through that first process, it becomes an experience that I can go through again that I know because I did it myself. But I had artists that was with me that was going through different situations, relationship problems. Some of them going into relationships. Some of them lacking finances, so they got to go get jobs. So it's things that slow them down and stop them from doing what they want to do. So through this album process, my motivation was to say, just keep going. And we kept doing the album until we released the CD. We started the management company about 5 months ago. And we released this project with 20 songs. That's 4.5 months into it.
Okay. Definitely. I always wondered about that. They say when you're going through some stuff, you tend to be at your most creative.
Mm-hmm.
Usher.
And is that you just told me that's kind of true for you?
But you got to be in control of your situation and your feelings and know that God got you, because if you're going through something, you might lack that. It might sidetrack you from the things that you try and do. So you can't really focus, what they would call writer's block, because they got too much other stuff on your mind. But when you fully focus, there's nothing that could stop you at all. Nothing or nobody. But a hater, they could try.
But I do want to. You mentioned something that I'm not creative. Like I'm the worst. I can't. No, I'm not creative at all. But because first of all, when I even try to write school paper, I get a writer's block. Now talk less about you. How do you deal with when you're trying to be creative about something? I know you're talking about yourself, but you still have to add a little bit of creativity when it comes to the metaphors or the.
Who said that you have to do that?
Well, okay, maybe you do. How do you get past the writer's block? What helps you get past that?
Be yourself and say what you want. Because what gives you writer's block is either situations that you're going through in your mind or worrying about if you say this on this song, what people going to think. So you don't say this. That's the problem with the writer's block. Well, and I know that because I used to go through an experience, but now.
What you say, like how you say you like Yo Gotti. Yeah. One thing I like about Yo Gotti is when he's recording, he says record everything. Whatever I say, that's what it is because it comes from the heart. When you coming from the heart, your soul is speaking. When you come from your soul, it's authentic. You're being yourself. So it's like you're not adding nothing to it. You're not asking for any help because it's all authentic. You know what I mean? So it's more like divine. Okay. And that's what keep going. It's more like a mantra. You know what I'm saying?
We're not doing anything no different than other people are doing in their lives. So all we doing is speaking that, and a lot of people can relate to a lot of the things that we speak on, other than trying to commercialize and speaking on big cause that you don't got or money that you don't got. And then when people see that, when you talk about it and people see it, it's like, I mean, we know you're not being real. It's like it takes away. You're a liar.
True.
You're a liar. And
I feel you on that. As a DJ, way back in 2010, I came up with this compilation called Dirty Love. And it had songs about cheating, creeping, all the bad stuff you go through in love and everything. And I started giving it to people and stuff. And it's like, I like this, man. You were going through some crap right now. I denied it, but it was so hot. They had to do like 5 more volumes.
Right.
Because it was like, okay, I've been through that right there. I've been through that right there. So everybody's like, well, I just want volume 2.
And you said that it was called Dirty Love. So the concept was basically speaking on certain things. One thing that a lot of people forget and not understand is that music is about feelings and love. So when they talk about shake your booty and they talking about I got these guns and I'm gonna do this, it's like it takes away from the authenticity of music. So you forgot that the hottest days was back when the Jackson 5 and Temptation was speaking on love. So I mean, everybody can relate to love. It's like love has no limit. Love has no limit. And when I say love has no limit, street music has a limit because everybody can't relate to street.
Exactly. I can't.
Everybody can't relate to 90210, but 90210, street people, Christians, Muslims, everybody can relate to love. So that's the unlimited market right there.
So artists breaking into the mainstream and stuff like that, you tend to see this cookie cutter thing. You got to have the alcohol song. You got to have the strip club anthem.
It's marketing.
And that feature and stuff like that.
Well, it goes back to what you were saying about the cookie cutter thing, right? Yeah. It's like it takes certain ingredients to make that cookie.
Right.
So they look at it like that album is that cookie. And they looking at, well, I need this type of banger.
For these people. For these people.
Right. So it's like you're trying to cater to all these people.
Right.
And at the end of the day, they might not even be in that feeling zone at that time.
Right.
They might be feeling a certain kind of way. So it's more so still playing a guessing game, even though you're going by statistics or a list or a blueprint of what somebody else doing.
And then you test the authenticity when they go in interviews and you really speak on their projects. They can't really speak on it. They don't understand. Only thing they're doing is what somebody else told them to do.
And
we need these things on this album. Right. We need these things.
You know what's funny though? And I like that you said that because every time when I like an artist, right, the first thing I try to do now is to listen to them interview because I want to see when they ask you questions, I want you to be able to answer questions, very in a coherent manner and not just speak like, I can tell if someone is a good artist, if someone is sincere, this person knows what they're doing, just based by what you said, by the interviews. It does matter. So, and me personally, I was going to ask you the questions I've asked you so far. I plan to ask because I want to know where's your mindset at? What do you stand on? Because if you answered me somehow, I would have zoned out like, oh, this guy's not serious. you know. But the answer you've given me shows that it's a passion. It's something that is born in the desire. So the interviews really matter. That's why I answered. Yes.
Some people get stuck when it comes interview time. Don't ask me this question. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't want you to say this. Of course, I don't want you to ask me every question, but you know, if you want to try to be straight up with me in the interview, and it's a social question that's not going to try to belittle me or down me, then we good. But other than that, no.
From my standpoint, doing radio shows and people come in and call, I respect your privacy because I have a private life too, and I wouldn't want that aired out there.
Yeah.
If you go into it on your own,
I would delve in.
that's on you. But one thing I wanted to ask you is, you get a track from a producer. Do you write to it or for it?
I write with it.
Okay.
And I had this situation with Diamond K at one of his shows. But we'll speak on that.
It looks like we have to go on a commercial break. We'll be back in 5 minutes.